It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday. I'm your host, Tony Twist. This is ATW All Things Wrestling Podcast. And this morning, this is the Avengers of the Wrestling Podcast. I got Papa Bear from the Call Up Podcast. We got Toe from the Nukkle Hedd Network. And we got the PWP, the Pro from the Pro Wrestling Podcast. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Chillin', man.
Not bad. Trying to tell my kids to shut up.
Really, really good.
Tell my kids to shut up. Like, shut up. I'm going live. Man, what a fucking crazy, I would say, crazy 8 days of wrestling, right? Since the Rumble. Should we go backwards and work our way forward? Where are we starting at today, fellas? I mean,
I don't know. Wherever you want.
Going on, right?
Yeah, wherever you want, man. I'm down for whatever.
So I'm trying to rock my Brock Lesnar. I got the belt. I got the flannel shirt going. I got the cowboy hat. So hopefully I'm pulling it off. Obviously, I don't look like Brock Lesnar. I don't have the Viking tail because I'm bald as shit. So
you know, I was a little excited because I thought Brock Lesnar took over the show.
Damn.
And I was like, oh shit, it's just Tony.
Damn. Oh, he got all sad. He's like, nah, who's this brown guy? He's like, hey, that ain't Brock Lesnar. I'm about 10 shades darker than Brock Lesnar. So anyways, shit, it is Sunday. It's that time. Let's start with the Rumble. I want to get y'all's thoughts. We'll go around one by one. We'll start with the PWP. PWP, what you think about the Rumble, man?
In short, I thought it kind of sucked, man. I didn't think anything of it, man. It was like pretty lackluster to me. There was so much hype for it and to show for it. You know, you think about like the months or like not even like the month, but the month that they were announcing it, everybody and their mother was saying that there was going to be a forbidden door. Moose was going to show up. There's going to be all kinds of surprises. And what did we get? We got Shane McMahon and Bad Bunny.
Right, and then Shane McMahon got fired, supposedly. I want to get your guys' thoughts on that shit. I mean, it just sounds like a lot of drama going down backstage with the Rumble. I mean, this shit is fucking crazy. I think it's a work, personally. That's my opinion. So, what do you think about the Rumble?
It was definitely it wasn't the best Rumble in the world. There was a lot of major disappointment, disappointing decisions that happened during this shit. And to me, Big E getting eliminated so early was a disappointment to me. I would have at least loved to see him in the last 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Give us hope. They just threw his ass out whenever they were like, fuck it. No one's paying attention anyway.
Right.
But yeah, it was one of those like no special moments happened. No breakout star came out. Like usually in the Rumble, there's a segment where someone does something and controls the match. They didn't have none of that. You know, and for Shane to get it fired for that, that's difficult to believe because some people need to get fired for worse shit that happened than that Rumble. But go ahead, that's a different topic.
Right, Kenny, going up to you, brother. What you think, man? You disappointed too?
No, I am. I mean, a little bit disappointed on some aspects of it all. I know, David and Toe, they had like their views on things. There were some special moments in this Royal Rumble, when we seen Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan, like lock eyes with each other again for the first time since God knows how long. That was a really good special moment for them. There were more than one forbidden doors open, for WWE, because we see Mickie James go into the Women's Royal Rumble, and we see Melina as well, because she is a part of NWA, so I can say like, hey, you have both of these two women, represent their two respective companies. I still love the whole Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins match. I thought that told a really good story, and it showed why. And if you look back on it, it actually made a little bit sense of why it was in a DQ. Yes, I wish Big E would have stood in longer. I have no idea why they put the last 4 guys being Shane McMahon, Bad Bunny, Brock Lesnar, and Drew McIntyre. The whole Shane McMahon thing, I definitely think it's a work too, for the simple fact that, like, I guess because they had so much backlash of the Men's Royal Rumble in general that they had to just say like, hey, Shane McMahon was the one that produced it and we just let him go. You're not going to let a McMahon go who actually owns a part of the company. You kind of just push him to the side a little bit and say like, hey, let's just die down the heat and say we put it all on you. And then later on, he'll come back later. Because I guarantee if none of us said anything about the Royal Rumble and said that it was great, Shane McMahon will be in the Elimination Chamber and we wouldn't have Riddle or Austin Theory.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And just reading all the news coming out of it, I was reading that Shane McMahon don't even own any stock in the company anymore. I mean, I don't know who the fuck knows if that's true or not. You know, in the wrestling business, you know, all this could be getting put out by the McMahon.
Right.
Fucking draw up some heat. I heard Shane McMahon was bringing back WCW because he still owns it.
I heard that too.
All this other bullshit. Like what?
There's so many people that report stuff.
Right.
Like nowadays, it's easier now to report news online than it was back then.
Right.
Because like you literally had to have like a news article or, you know, have like a mailing list to send out to people in order to like get your views across. Now I could just open up a Twitter account and say, you know, Pro Wrestling Podcast is going to be on All Elite Wrestling on Wednesday at 8:00. And if I can get it to enough people and make enough traction, I can make it actually believable.
Hey, so I called this, and I want to know if y'all all thought the same thing. As soon as Roman Reigns came and Superman punched Lesnar, I knew Lesnar was losing. I knew he was going to be in the Rumble number 30. I knew he was going to win. Did you guys think the same exact thing?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my brother called it once that happened. I thought it was going to be the reverse. I thought Roman was going to lose and win the Rumble, but, you know, that was like 2 weeks before the Rumble happened.
Right.
But once Brock lost, it's like, yeah, there's no way. There's no way that he's not getting in that Rumble. Especially after Ronda Rousey won the shit.
You guys like how predictable it is?
No. I hate it. I hate it.
I wish that the Rumble will go back to I wish the Rumble will go back to the way it used to be, where it used to elevate that one mid-carder and bring him up. Like he was already having like a good run, but throughout the whole entire Rumble run, we didn't see any of that from anybody except for Austin Theory, because he just kept winning like these crazy matches, and there were rumors like, hey, maybe he might just win the Royal Rumble, you know. And nope, that didn't happen. He got eliminated, but he still had a good run though.
Yeah, Pro just hit it right on the head. You like how predictable? Yeah, it's horseshit. I mean, so they talked about this whole Forbidden Door thing. Mickey James basically was the only person that came through the Forbidden Door. I thought it was all just legends on the women's side, and on the men's side, there was no surprises. I mean, did anyone really get all surprised about Shane McMahon? Not really. Did anybody care? No. He was in it for a hot minute. I mean, I think they really, looking back and just kind of reading everything on, I watching it live, I kind of enjoyed it, but I was disappointed by the actual Rumbles. I thought the matches were pretty good between Lesnar and Bobby, between Roman and Seth. I was pretty disappointed. I really wanted Seth Rollins to win, but I thought the matches were actually pretty good. I think the biggest thing that pissed me off was Ronda Rousey and then her winning the Rumble. I think that was something that I hate that shit. Why are they bringing her in out of nowhere? She wins the Rumble. I think she's shitty in the ring. She was shitty in the ring before. You know, I know she's only like 4 months off of having a baby, but I mean, they're really going to build this up between her and Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. I don't think that's going to be a really good match.
They're going to end up adding somebody to this match. Either Sasha's going to be available for Mania, or Bayley, or even Asuka. My money is probably on Asuka. You know,
I don't even think that the original triple threat match at the other WrestleMania with Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda was good. So them adding someone to this match at WrestleMania, I don't see it being good either.
Yeah, it doesn't really make it any better. If anything, it might make it worse.
Yeah, it doesn't interest me.
My theory on it is that.
Yeah, good.
Right. No. My theory on the whole Royal Rumble thing, and basically anything that requires you to be a number one contender, I think is bullshit, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins. What happened when Brock Lesnar came back and what was it, SummerSlam? All he did was say, "I'm coming after that," and
Right.
he had a title match. So it doesn't really matter if you win anything.
think so.
Anybody could come up, cut a promo, and say, "I want that title," and then that's it.
You mean like
So it
Goldberg
means nothing to anybody.
Friday night?
Right? Exactly. Exactly. It means nothing.
I'm like,
Royal
why?
Rumble, Money in the Bank means nothing.
Man. Nobody wants to see Goldberg and Roman Reigns. They did 2 years ago. Not now.
Only person that wants to see that is Toe.
That's right.
Oh shit.
Who else do you want to see be built up to face Roman Reigns in a week?
Yeah, but there's no build up. Maybe if they had some build up, it might be good. But I mean, he's fighting him in a week.
That's true. But Roman Reigns and Goldberg, that little build up in the 5 days wouldn't make more sense than Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, because they never fought and they were supposed to fight. When Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns fought the Royal Rumble, I'm confused because I'm like, hold on, wait. Didn't these guys wrestle for years before they split up in the brands? Now all of a sudden this is about the Shield? Did we forget that they fought already? If they never touched after they split up from the Shield, this would make perfect sense.
Right.
But it don't make sense now. It's like they already fought for the title. They beat each other. They whooped each other's ass. And now we're back to this.
But it's they did wrestle each other, but they never. They never hashed it out for like their past history of the Shield. You can't sit there and tell me a storyline right now that Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins address their issues from the Shield. Go ahead. I'm waiting.
They didn't have one.
None. So you cannot sit here and tell me right now that they hashed it out from their time from being in the Shield.
So hold up. So a couple months before the draft happened, when Seth Rollins was working with the Bloodline, they didn't hash that out. We're magically gonna forget about that they were teams before they split up on the draft. That's magically different. Disappeared. How's that different? It's the same people.
They're not. They didn't address their issues
together.
They didn't address their issues.
So they put their issues aside to work together.
They put the issues to the side.
Magically, their issues just the end of the year, the issues built up, and we got to fight each other.
Why is that though? Why is it though? Because Seth Rollins is bringing it to the table. He's playing. Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. They don't have the balls to build up other talent, so they got to take from here and here and here. That's why Goldberg's there. If they built up talent before this shit, they could have put anybody in that spot.
But now you're all over the place right now.
All right, hold on. You want me to tell you why Goldberg's really there? It's because the fucking Saudi royals love Goldberg.
Exactly. That doesn't. You don't watch Saudi Arabia show, so this doesn't count in an argument.
Why would I watch a house show?
All right, then. So you can't put this into an argument right now.
Yes,
we're talking. We know you can't. We're talking Seth Rollins. We're talking Roman Reigns.
If the Elimination Chamber was in Texas or any other state, there would be Goldberg there. It would be Goldberg there. You think they just popped it out their ass like it was in the contract? Goldberg needs to have a title shot every time they go to Saudi. Goldberg would have moved to Saudi then. I don't think that if Elimination Chamber was in the States, that we will have Goldberg right now. I think we will have Goldberg at WrestleMania, yes. But for Saudi Arabia show, of course it was going to do it because this is what the Prince wants. If it was out of Saudi Arabia and we was someplace else, I don't think that we will have Goldberg here right now. Yeah, it's funny how the Prince gets what he wants, but millions of fucking fans can't get one thing.
Because you know what? The millions of fans don't have millions of dollars.
Yeah, they pay. I think
they don't care about the fans.
They're getting paid $50 million to come out there and do this show. $50 million. What network? The Peacock Network? You can't even fast forward on that shit.
We never resolved those issues, Kenny, so I can still bring up the network.
Oh shit!
They sold the network. They sold the network, so the network is gone.
Tell me a storyline where we resolved the issue of the network.
Hey, as
we would never resolve this issue of the network,
right?
Hey, as Wesley Snipes said in New Jack City, but was it money talks and bullshit runs the marathon? You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear that.
Hey, well, happy Sunday! If you're just joining us, we are currently banned on Facebook. We are banned.
Why
are you banned on Facebook?
You got to talk to each other. They say shit on their show. and we're banned for 30 days off Facebook. I really could give two shits because I'm trying to build up the YouTube channel for AEW.
Is it because we mentioned Saudi Arabia?
Podcast. We're on YouTube right now. If you're joining us, tune into YouTube. We're on Twitter. I think we're on Twitch too. I don't know why, but
why did you get banned off of Facebook? What did you do?
I didn't do nothing. My brother, they say controversial shit on their show.
That shouldn't block me. Here's my reasons why. And guess what? I just got an email today that I won. Oh, that's right. F you, WWE.
You beat the man.
Word. That's right.
Speaking of the man, let's jump right into it. Becky Lynch and Lita. Does anybody want to?
No.
Pro?
He froze.
Froze. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
There he goes.
Pro.
Back into the Matrix.
Becky Lynch and Lita?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure do love how they push those young up-and-comers like Lita. No, I don't want to see that at all, man. Like, nobody wants to see that. They're cool for a novelty. They're cool for a one-off. But don't have them in a title match. Like, goddamn, man. These guys are going to be fucking 85 still going for titles.
Yeah, but I guess my problem with the booking is why are they going to be at Elimination Chamber, but we got to wait for Charlotte and Ronda till WrestleMania? Is because Ronda needs some work in the ring still or what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she needs as much work as she can.
I don't know. And that's another thing, too, man. It's just repetitive bullshit over and over and over. I was just looking at who was in WrestleMania 36, man. Becky Lynch, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Who do we got for this WrestleMania? Becky Lynch, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Who we got for WrestleMania 34? Becky Lynch. But it's the same thing over and over. I'm like, how many times are we going to be surprised when shit sucks? Like,
they got Bobby Lashley in there. That is the only difference in heading into this WrestleMania. But is Bobby Lashley going to be the champ after Elimination Chamber?
But they don't have anything for him. That's why they put him in this elimination chamber. And I don't think that's right to put somebody like him in an elimination chamber. He just got the title, so now he's got to fight for his life to retain it again.
Exactly. It makes no sense.
Like, he used to be the number one contender for the elimination chamber.
Does Brock Lesnar go over as champ? And is it going to be champ versus champ at WrestleMania? What do y'all think?
I think it is.
Yeah.
But it's just a simple. It's just a simple fact. It's just a simple fact that I hate the fact that we get Royal Rumble and then like the very next month we're getting Elimination Chamber. Like we just saw 29 guys, 28 guys. I'm not gonna count Bad Bunny. You know,
Johnny Knoxville, 27 guys.
You know what? Let's just go 26 because there's some other people in there that just didn't need it. Let's just go 26 people that just fought to try to headline WrestleMania. They lost. Now all of a sudden now you're going back and we have to witness this again, and then you're putting your champion in the mix. Like, come on, WWE, do better.
Come on,
do better.
WWE. You guys want to switch gears? You guys want to talk about AEW? The Pro you were at Dynamite on Wednesday. I would love to get a feedback. Did they want to burn the arena down when CM Punk got beat by Jeff?
Dude, people were pissed though. People were mad. Like it wasn't as bad, obviously. Right. But it's just like, no, nobody wanted to burn down the arena. But it was surprising. You know what? In a way, it was kind of bittersweet for a lot of people. I think, like especially for me. I wanted CM Punk to win. It's his hometown, but also MJF needed it. You know.
I think it was the right.
What, Kenny? What do you got to say?
It was definitely the right.
I'm gonna let Tony talk.
Yeah, MJF going over CM Punk was the right move and was the best thing. He didn't get the clean win. If he got a clean win, I think that would have been bullshit. But because of the way he won, you could keep this feud going. You can keep this feud going.
I'm telling you, man. And you were saying how boring it was. When you're there live, it's like a completely different story. Like everybody was into the match. It was a really great match for what it was.
For me, watching it on TV, I thought kind of sucked. I was not into it, to be honest with you. I didn't think the match was that strong. It got better, obviously, as it went on. But
yeah, I don't know if they turned down the crowd noise or not, but because it was loud throughout that whole match.
I got
I don't know, I
nostalgia
didn't watch it,
vibes,
but I was right
from
there.
that match.
I was right there in the. You could see me. They went exactly to the aisle that I was at when CM Punk threw the beer at MJF.
Oh shit!
All right, so you're on
Yeah.
TV?
It was pretty cool. Yeah, you could see me like barely, but I was there.
You saw the back of his head.
Word. All right,
No,
I'm
not
gonna have
the
to.
back.
I'm gonna
I
have to
was
double
looking
check
at
that shit.
them.
All right, so Toe and Kenny, what'd you guys think of the match? Toe saying he got nostalgic. I don't know.
Yeah, to me, it felt like old school, old school villain, versus hero match type, like 80s vibes with the whole, choking with the wrist tape, and you could clearly see a story that fucking Punk hated this dude, and this dude was he was the heel. It was, JR made the reference that CM Punk was wrestling with like 17 years and MJF's on his 6th year, but it clearly MJF studied the game because he was almost like a perfect heel in that match. He did a lot of heel shit. He controlled the tempo of the shit. He didn't look like he was a rookie. Like, he didn't look like he was new to this. This is like he owned that ring with CM Punk. And, as a contrast to the way WWE is, this was purely about the match. You know what I'm saying? Like, this match almost was supposed to settle the beef between them. But because MJF pulled that shit, now they got to do it one more time.
Right.
Where WWE is, this match is going to introduce the fact that, look, these guys know each other. And then next time we're going to maybe do something that's not going to resolve it yet. And then 6 years down the line, we're going to bring it back up for Kenny.
We're going to bring it back up. All right, Kenny, what are your thoughts? MJF, CM Punk.
Finally, I agree with Toe today. Finally, on one subject, and as he hit everything, he hit every single point that I was gonna make. I thought the match was really great. I hated the whole takeaway of going to commercial breaks a lot.
Yeah.
It felt very WWE-ish to me, and I was just like, hey, like let's just enjoy this this really great match. And who better than to give his first loss in AEW than MJF? Like, if you look at the roster, who in AEW right now is like really worthy enough to give CM Punk his first loss besides MJF?
Bryan Danielson.
Nah, he's already trying to make a whole stable with other people.
Colt Cabana.
No, he can kiss my ass. Fuck that fat fuck.
Damn, Colt Cabana, sorry, man.
I hope somebody records this and sends it to Colt Cabana, that fat ass motherfucker. Anyway, that's what I was saying.
Man, we're going to have to find out what the beef is with that.
Oh, shit.
I'll tell you off air. But I enjoyed this match. I thought it was great, and it is going to tell another story. And we're going to go right back to promos again. I don't think they're going to give us another free MJF CM Punk match. And we're not going to get this until next month at was it a Revolution?
Revolution.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's the next time we're going to end up getting that.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Kenny. Hey, Pro, I think that's a big reason why the match didn't do it for me a lot in the beginning. Yeah, they were going to a lot of commercial breaks. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I was about to say that makes sense.
Yeah,
I obviously didn't get any
action, but I gotta agree with Kenny on that one.
Right. Yeah, it's a different vibe when you're watching it live. That's for sure. No commercial breaks. No picture-in-picture.
I want to talk about the world title in AEW. Is anyone thinking the world title is just like has no cachet in AEW? Because like Hangman Page, personally, I think is garbage. I don't think he's that great in the ring, and he's definitely not good on the mic. And now they got him and Lance Archer. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is? I don't know what AEW is doing with the world title picture. But
so you want to talk about not being good on the mic? At least he can make a coherent sentence. I couldn't understand anything Lance Archer was saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I didn't.
Three people
You guys want to chime in on AEW title picture because I'm pretty just irritated as shit with it. How do you have that big thing with Bryan Danielson and Hangman Page where he carried Hangman Page and then basically Bryan Danielson just like disappears out of the title picture after he loses that? Like, I don't know. I just totally disagree with how they're handling the AEW world title in AEW. What do you guys think? Who wants to chime in? Kenny, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you. I don't really think that they have too many big plans for the world title, especially that they have it on Hangman. I feel like right now they're just kind of like leaving him with the title until they can either get Moxley 100% into AEW right now because he's just getting back, or maybe give it to Bryan Danielson. It's like between these two guys right now. Because Kenny Omega is obviously out for God knows how long, and then are they really building anybody else up to be a number one contender in AEW for this title after Lance Archer is one and done? Because come this Wednesday, like I see Hangman still holding on to this title, but then who's next to challenge Hangman? Is he just going to sit in the back?
It's almost like they're pumping up the TNT title more than the AEW title.
Yeah,
Sammy Guevara is getting a bigger push than Hangman Page as champ. I mean,
exactly.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. And then all this talk about Tony Khan big announcement, Forbidden Door. I'm like, don't let anybody else in. Fuck that. They need to build up what they got. I don't want to see anybody else come in AEW. I don't want to see Keith Lee. I don't want to see Killer Cross. I don't want to see Samoa Joe. I don't want to see any of these guys coming to AEW. They got to build up what they got. I mean, they don't have a good world title picture. And then, like I said, the TNT title I think is more valuable than the world title.
Can I say something in defense to that? Okay. Just because I'm a AEW defender here. So we started the new year, and what they do every new year, you guys probably know this, is that they reset the rankings. So there's pretty much nobody for the champion at the moment because the rankings have just started and everybody's pretty much at the low part of their numbers. So I think we just need to be a little more patient and we'll start getting more matches with Hangman Page and whoever else. I mean, I kind of agree that it's been a little bit lackluster ever since he's won it. He hasn't been on TV as much, whereas Kenny Omega was on like TV every week. But I don't know. We just got to be a little more patient. Everybody's got their opinion. I think he's doing okay. We'll see how this match plays out. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go. I think it was Toad's turn to talk anyway.
Well, it's all right, man. Don't apologize. Toad's getting patient over there. He's grabbing his face. He's like, man, I'm ready to go at it.
Well, all right. Listen, I agree with Dave a little bit, but the thing is, I think what they did with him and Omega was good. And the storyline they had, those were unresolved issues when they had the title match. I kind of think it went a little bit too fast, like that little rivalry for the title. I think it should have lasted a little longer. But right after that, he goes after Daniel Bryan gets the title, and that's almost immediately a guy that we see taking the title from him. So when he beats Daniel Bryan, it's like, okay, you just like completely stopped Daniel Bryan's run in here. And Daniel Bryan gave us the feeling that he was going to win the title and then retire because all he wanted to do was like one more year wrestling and that's it. So he seemed like a transitional champion. So when he beat Daniel Bryan and then nothing else happened after that, it looked like they made a mistake in keeping the belt with him. Like they should have had Lance Archer go after Hangman Page after Omega to show, all right, let's do the death match now and let's show he's a fighting champion. And then have Daniel Bryan go and, get the title shot. So at least that way he's held it for a while. He proved himself already. And, he's able to take on the challenges. Because in my opinion, it looked like he should have lost that rivalry with Daniel Bryan. He went to the draw with him. He didn't beat him convincingly enough for me. And Daniel Bryan's already been built like he's a Superman.
Right.
Daniel Bryan and Jon Moxley, you have to beat convincingly for us to be like, all right, this guy's legitimate. That's why Kenny Omega was such a good champion for AEW.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just the order of the rivalries that they put him in is hurting him. And the fact that he's not as charismatic as, people will want him to be on the mic. Yes, he's almost like Austin, where it's like, I'm not here for this shit. I just want to fight. And I think that should be his character. He shouldn't go out with a mic. He should just be like, I'm not here for this shit. I want to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just straight out, I'm going out there to fuck you up. Be ready. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But to build him back up, they have to make that title more important than TNT title, and more important than the shit that Cody Rhodes is doing, and more important than the Inner Circle and MJF and CM Punk. They're going down the WWE road where this title don't mean shit compared to our top stars. When somebody who y'all wanted to have it don't mean nothing. We just gave him the belt because y'all wanted him to have it.
Yeah, I totally agree with Toe. I just hope they got something going. I don't know what they're doing with this whole Moxley and Bryan Danielson want to build a stable. I mean, I'm just like, fuck it, yeah, go ahead. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but if Bryan Danielson is trying to get behind Moxley to build him up because he's like, hey, you want to be world champ, you be world champ. I'm a big faction guy. I love factions, but they got to do it right though. You know what I mean? Who they gonna bring in? You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah, they're going to bring up these new stars. Yeah,
one new stars.
What new
You hear me?
What new stars?
Mojo.
All ex-WWE guys. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Lee Moriarty?
What AEW will become, and I don't want to see.
When are they going to build up Lee Moriarty? At Dark? Again? Elevation? Again? Rampage? That people half the time don't even watch? Man. That's it. They only mention them in the promo. I mean, for that, I'd rather go to AEW, sit front row, and put up signs saying Lee Moriarty, The Acclaimed, and at least they'll probably get a little bit more shine because they'll probably get more TV time by me holding up a sign.
Right. Who's Tony Khan's big announcement? Who are you guys speculating it's going to be?
I don't even care.
Damn, he's all. I don't care.
I'm hearing there's going to be Keith Lee.
Yo, just take him out of his honeymoon, right?
But how is that a forbidden door though? He's a free agent. That doesn't even make sense. Forbidden door is if fucking Moose shows up on Wednesday on Dynamite. Now if Moose shows up, now you're talking. Now you got some shit, right?
I think you know what? I have a good idea of who it is.
So who is it?
Josh Alexander. They name dropped them. They name dropped them last week. You're not gonna name drop somebody for no apparent reason.
Well, I mean, I guess that would be a definite big surprise in a forbidden door. But yeah, Keith Lee or any that's not forbidden door. These guys are fucking free agents. Oh shit, we got
if anything.
We got
Isaiah
Joe
Cassidy
Don talking shit on Toe. I don't know.
Ask your mother who I am.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Who's Joe Smith the Don?
I don't know, man. I hope that's not your real picture, your profile picture. You missed your bottom teeth, my nigga.
Shit. We got beef.
I know, right? Shit. Keyboard warrior, wake up early in this motherfucker.
I thought Kenny was gonna have. Who are you calling out, Kenny?
I thought I was gonna have beef with Colt Cabana.
Yeah, right? Man, it might be Colt Cabana talking shit at me. Colt, is that you, Colt Cabana? We had
directed to me.
Right? We had a Word on the Street podcast saying, what up? Say, yeah, thanks a lot for getting us banned off Facebook. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And then they come on. Yeah. Oh. Hey, yo, what it do? But then you gotta. Yeah, I can't. You can't make this up. This is fucking good TV. Jesus Christ.
So, anyways, if you're just joining us, Kenny's fired up, Toe's fired up, Pro's fired up. We're all fired up. We're talking about WWE. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitter. We are not live on Facebook this morning. So go if you're old and you're just on Facebook, you need to go to your neighbor's house, go to your mama's house. You can watch us on YouTube. And we're talking all things wrestling podcast. We're joined by Kenny from the Dacalluppodcast Podcast, Toe Tags from the Nukkle Hedd Network podcast, and the man himself from Chicago, the Pro Wrestling Podcast, sipping out of his Michigan cup. Who would have knew all these dudes from all over are all big Michigan guys, and I'm from Michigan. So I think we're going to put Joe the Don's comment back up. Joe Smith the Don, whoever you are, stop hiding behind that picture because Toe said that.
Joe Smith the Don, you need to come on tomorrow 7:30.
Seriously, yeah.
Hash out your problems. Okay. And then after you hash out all your problems, you can go fuck yourself.
That's
New
right.
York style.
That's right.
You forget where we were from? Listen, we may be in different boroughs, but we all come together as one. And plus,
That's
me and Toe, we're from the Bronx. So, we make sure that we look out for each other, okay?
Yeah.
This is the super friends of the wrestling podcast. We come together like Voltron up in here.
Yeah.
All right, so where were we? AEW. What do you guys think about this faction? Do you guys want to see it? Bryan Danielson, Moxley, who they bringing in?
I kind of want to know. I kind of want to know what I want to know what Kenny's thing is about talking about new stars, because I mean, isn't that the whole? I mean, what do you mean? That I think the whole point of mentioning them was to give them some notoriety and to bring them, like, eventually bring them in more. Like, regardless if they're not doing it now, they're gonna do it, or if they didn't do it then, they're gonna probably do it now.
This pussy ass motherfucker probably left already, man. I don't even see his comment.
I don't see it either.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, I got totally distracted on that one. Okay, back to it. Back to what pro wrestling was saying.
Is
Okay,
that Colt Cabana? Is that fucking Colt Cabana? Let me know. We got beef. That's his.
I mean, they name dropped them, huh? They name dropped them, but are they gonna use them next week? If they do use them next week, are they gonna have a good run? Are they gonna have a win? Like, there has to be an end game to this. There has to be something. Just don't name drop somebody and do absolutely nothing with them.
Right? How long are they gonna milk this? I guess that's what I'm thinking. John Moxley's going to be thinking about it every week. I don't know. I hope they do it quickly, because I don't want to see this shit just get going on.
It just happened, though. It just happened.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to see it get milked for like a month. You know what I mean?
But you can't say it just happened and then you're gonna try and milk it for maybe you're not gonna get nothing at all. It's just like Brian Kendrick finally gets his release from WWE, and the very next week he goes on. He's supposed to be on AEW, but then his crazy ass talks about something, and he's the only guy. I think this is the Guinness Book of World Records thing is that you get released from 2 different companies in a matter of 2 weeks. I gotta look this up because you gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony.
No. It's just fucking hilarious because I think I posted about it, but like. Did you guys read what he said back in 2013? I guess
all the crazy stuff about the Holocaust and 9/11 and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that right now because I don't want to get you banned from YouTube as well.
Right. Yeah. I don't. We're already banned from fucking Facebook, so I don't get banned from YouTube as well. But Brian Kendrick said some crazy ass shit, and then he kind of apologized for it. Like, sorry, I said some crazy shit, but didn't like really stress like, well, I don't really believe that now. You know, I fell into like a conspiracy hole. But
because he was losing money.
Yeah, because he's like, now I'm normal now. But I just thought it was
right.
Because me personally, I think WWE put this shit out there so he could get fired from fucking AEW.
I can see that.
It's all a part of the plan.
It's all a part of the plan. WWE was like, we knew this motherfucker was crazy. We just kept.
She's your problem.
But as soon as he got in AEW, we released this shit. Now he got fired.
You know what I don't understand? When is the statute of limitations up for when somebody says something? It's like we have the freedom of speech as long as you don't use it. Like I understand the shit he said was fucked up, but that was what 20 fucking years ago. Get over the shit.
9 years ago.
9 years ago. But like, get over the shit. People like, oh my god, he said something about this. Meanwhile, Snooker killed somebody. Sorry. He's still Snooker. Snooker killed somebody. WWE got him off. This guy says something like an idiot, and now all of a sudden it's a problem. We got to release it from everything. It can never work again.
But Snooker went back to trial though.
Yeah, he did,
and he was found guilty.
Yeah, but I mean that's got nothing to do with WWE though. And WWE didn't say, "Well, we're distancing ourselves from him." They never said anything. You know what I mean? Almost like the whole Chris Benoit.
How come they don't do that when The Rock does the Chinese impression?
The Rock doing a Chinese impression?
Yeah.
Everybody loves The Rock.
John Cena said something, and not to bring up John Cena, but John Cena said something controversial about China when Peacemaker came out, and no one did anything about that shit. My man.
Oh no, yes they did.
For a week. WWE
yeah, but he apologized right away though.
WWE
he made a whole video.
AEW didn't fucking ban him for life. Chinese. You know what I'm saying? But his somebody, they've got to go in the fucking record books. You know, not Windows 95. You wrote an email to somebody that's dead now that you said that you don't like the color brown because it looks like shit. He's banned from everywhere. He can't wrestle in ROH anymore. He can't fucking wrestle in AEW. Guerrilla Pro Wrestling doesn't want him now. Like, what kind of shit is this?
He'll wrestle somewhere. He just won't wrestle in AEW right now.
No, but look, what kind of shit is this?
So I gotta ask you like every week, man. You're like you were shot out. You and Kenny are shot out of a cannon this morning. This is probably one of my most favorite episodes.
Do you see what happens when you put us together, guys? If you enjoy this is what happens on Mondays. This is like
exactly.
So, anyways, now I got to know what John Cena said now because what did he say about China and why does anyone care?
Shit, I don't know exactly what he said about China, but
come on, you're like the John Cena hater. You telling me you don't know what John Cena said about China?
Yo, this was a while ago, man. I don't keep that shit in my memory bank.
But you keep every Hogan reference in your memory bank, right?
Oh shit!
Because I keep getting reminded for that shit. Every time I turn around, Hogan said the N-word.
I mean, it's on video.
Everyone hates Hogan for saying the N-word, but Vince McMahon, we only don't like him because he pushed Roman Reigns at the wrong time.
Hey, so going. Oh, okay. Hold on. We got comments coming from the chat room. It says he talked about Tibet being free, and that's what pissed off China. Why is that controversial?
There you go.
I don't know.
People get riled up about the stupidest shit. You're talking about Brian Kendrick. You're saying, what's the statute of limitation for saying some stupid shit? Well, what about everything that Joe Rogan's doing right now? And then now he just got comments dug back up because he's dropping the N-word like he's fucking Snoop Dogg. And The Rock was going to come on his show. And said, nope, I'm not coming on his show because I don't agree with Joe Rogan. And now we're not buddies. Wink, wink. Everybody's quiet on that one.
Huh.
Wait, I'm sorry. But... All right, so say that again.
So The Rock, he was going to go on Joe Rogan's show on his podcast to defend him. And then all this shit just got dug up in the last couple of days saying that, oh, Joe Rogan dropped the N-word like he's fucking Snoop Dogg, over so many years on his podcast. And now The Rock's like, no, fuck Joe Rogan. I'm not coming on the show. We're not friends anymore. I don't know. You're saying what's the statute of limitations for saying some stupid shit?
Well, I never actually heard Joe Rogan say the N-word. I never heard that bring up, but I did hear him talk to Jordan Peterson about you got to be in the deepest, darkest part of Ethiopia and have skin pigmentation the color of Kenny's shirt in order to call yourself black. I heard him say that, which is kind of taking away the race. Like you're taking away their culture. Like you're giving, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're defined as our colors in this country from them. So that's where it's like, all right, listen, that's kind of stupid what you're fucking saying. Yes, Dave in the back.
Dave in the back.
Is it okay if I direct this somewhere else real quick, back to wrestling?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to answer that question, but okay.
Okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So that statement from Victor is actually wrong. What John Cena got in trouble for in the Chinese community was because he said that Taiwan was a part of China when it's actually a country and they have like their own dictatorship and stuff like that. So and they got upset because they were like at war with each other for some. I don't know what the frick goes on over there. But I'm not going to say too much about that. But that's what John Cena got in trouble for, and the Chinese community got upset with him, and he apologized, and they're still upset with him, Toe. By the way, if you want to know, because I know how you are about John Cena news. But on to wrestling.
All right. Pro, guide us back to wrestling, but I mean, we're not really kidding. We're talking about wrestlers, so. But go ahead, Pro.
No, I get that. But it's not kind of on the subject of controversial stuff. But did you all see what happened when Nia Jax said on Twitter not too long ago?
That they offered her a spot in the
Diego.
Rumble and she said, hell no?
No. Basically saying that, like, she's all for my God made my immune system, so I'm going to use that instead of getting the vaccine. She goes, honey, if you really think that all your favorites don't feel the same as I do, you're sadly mistaken. I know a lot of people in many professional sports that just paid and got a real card from a doctor, like a vaccine card.
Yeah, I did catch.
There was a lot of backlash with that.
Man, all right, we're about to get pulled off YouTube, so let's just fuck it. We're going down the plane. Let's do it.
Nia Jax says a lot of things.
This motherfucker.
This fucking guy again. God damn it.
You wrote that shit, Tony. You wrote that shit, Tony. Shit. No,
we're going down in flames. Let's do it. We're burning this shit down right now.
But you know something? There's probably some truth to that. There's a lot of people that don't want to take these vaccines and these boosters and all this other shit to go places. And people cheat the system all the fucking time. You know how many people got fake green cards and fake driver's license and fake IDs? They got fake fucking passports for the fucking vaccine. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure these athletes, with the amount of shit that's in the banned substance list for all these sports and everything like that, I'm pretty sure they're like, nah, I'm not taking that.
Right.
They want to be in control of what's in their body, especially the athletes that are like top tier and they get paid for running fucking 3.2 seconds the 40-yard dash and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for Nia Jax wanting to like kind of go away, she really hasn't shut up for quite a while. She coming out. And then she just came out and said that WWE relationship was an abusive relationship. I didn't even click on that fucking article because I don't even know what she's trying to talk about. But she won't shut up. And for someone that doesn't want to go back to wrestling, she keeps talking about it.
Because she's hurt. You would have thought that Lana would have been the one to come out and say a whole bunch of stuff, because didn't she say that she had some things that she wanted to talk about? Yeah. I think maybe she was gonna say something,
right? And
she decided, I guess maybe like Miro and like other people from like WWE was just like, hey, like I think you shouldn't say anything, because WWE will bring you back eventually. Or AEW will bring you into their fold and stuff like that. So she kind of just like said, you know what, I'm going to shut up. Because I remember she made a whole post about it. Oh, I'm going to go next week and talk about this, that, and third. And then it was like nothing ever happened. It was like me when I'm drunk texting and I'm like, I'm going to tell everything. And then all of a sudden 12 o'clock comes, I'm still sleeping. You know what I mean? It's like that. You know what I mean? That was her. But Nia Jax, she's butthurt. Because she wanted the time off, which, granted, I understand, mental health is a very important thing. And, they use the fact that she didn't want to get vaccinated as a way to like, hey, you don't want to come to work? All right, well, we're just going to let you go. But that's a part of like any job you go to. I have friends of mine that I work with that didn't want to take the vaccine and they got let go or they're on suspension until the foreseeable future. You know what I mean? But the simple fact that they wanted to bring her back and she said no, that's on her, because now you're burning that bridge. Because guess what? AEW don't want you.
Right.
AEW, if they have 1 million Nia Jax and is sitting in the back waiting to be on Dark Elevation.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't need her. Where else you gonna go? Impact don't need you either, because their women's division is way better than AEW's. So where are you going to go? Okay. So put some makeup on your face, fix your hair, go on Fashion Nova, and go model for them. Because that's the only thing you're going to do right now.
Kenny's fired up by Nia Jax as much as he's fired up by Colt Cabana. Damn.
Now, I love Nia Jax. I just hate when somebody has to sit there and whine all the time. It's the same thing at my job. I tell people at my job that all the time. When they sit there and they whine about stuff. I'm like, hey, listen, if you are that bitchy about where you work, guess what? Go on Indeed,
quit,
put your resume, get another job. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you brought up a
100%.
Good I was just thinking about the other day. Miro, what the fuck happened to this dude?
He's still battling that injury though.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
God's chosen champion. You know.
They only brought him in to face what was it, Bryan Danielson, because Moxley was out.
Right. So what do you guys want to see this stable with Moxley and Bryan Danielson, or nah, not really?
Only if they make this stable and they have all the other stables like fucking pissed off about it. Like if they're feuding with other stables like the Taz team Taz, then maybe. Because if I was in AEW and I was Team Taz or any other one of these stables, I'll be pissed off. Like this is airtime that you could give to my talent that's already good, and we barely get enough for that time. Like Ricky Starks he's doing more commentary on Rampage than he's doing wrestling. Like Hobbs hasn't even fucking wrestled unless he's losing in the tournament or to Orange Cassidy.
Tell me about it.
And I don't even know the CJ Anderson or whatever the fuck that dude's name is from Cody Rhodes' people. The Factory. Like, I've never seen him on TV neither. There's 17 fucking factions that aren't on TV, and now you're going to put Moxie and Daniel Bryan on TV with their faction. You want to bring up new stars, there's people already in factions, brand new, non-WWE guys. Let them do something. If that's a way for them to be introduced, all right, cool. But if you're going to do this shit and then they're going to beat up fucking Joe Schmo or the Jurassic Express, I got a problem with it.
Jurassic Express. Yeah, AEW, man, they're kind of like all over the place right now. So
yeah,
they got to focus.
Yeah, they started AEW hot, and it was, you know, this is wrestling, and then it went, we're gonna pick up all the WWE guys. Let's see what we could do with them and change the mistakes that WWE did, and that was cool for Malachi Black and for you know, for the brief people that they got in the beginning. But now every single person, like, come on, bro, they didn't really mess up with Daniel Bryan. Now you got him he just transitioned from WWE main event to AEW main event. I don't want to see that shit. Keith Lee would have been interesting if you didn't have all these other fucking people coming in out of nowhere and you're wasting them. Like Ruby Soho was a huge waste. If she would have never debuted as the number one contender for Britt Baker and then won the TBS title, that would have been huge for Ruby Soho. People would have been excited for what they would do for Keith Lee and anyone else that they decide to bring in. But they're just using them for storyline purposes and then putting them back in the back of the bus. Kind of like what WWE did to them.
Right. So AEW, instead of Tony Khan being so concerned about taking out WWE, he just needs to focus on the product that he's got, because he's got a hell of a lot of talent there. But yeah, I just hate how everybody's like, oh, you got to see this guy in AEW. It's like, fucking shop's closed. Don't bring in anybody else, right?
Word.
You don't need it.
No. So let's switch gears. So the Elimination Chamber, WWE, is anybody going to watch it?
I am.
I'll watch it because it's on a Saturday. Usually the Abu Dhabi shits that happens on Friday or Thursday, I don't watch them at all.
Right, yeah. It's usually on like a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the fucking day.
Yep.
Like noon, at least here where I'm at in Arizona.
Yeah, it's like 2:00 in the afternoon on a Thursday, usually, the Crown Jewels and shit like that.
Yeah. Pro, what about you? You going to watch it? You going to watch the Peacock?
Unless somebody's doing something fun with it, like a stream, or maybe I'll stream it. Probably not.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. I have to get ready for Sweet 16 that day.
Oh.
Yeah. And I probably have school, to be honest.
You turning 16 again, Kenny?
Of course. You don't see this baby face of mine too over here.
Right. So anyways, yeah, I'm not going to watch it because I have my own feelings about the Saudis, and yeah, I'm not going to support that. I just hate that, like, there was all this controversy about the fucking Olympics and they were trying to boycott it because of China and human rights and this and that. Like I said, if we're going down in flames today, we're going down in flames. So the Saudis, you want to talk about fucking human rights violations? Peacock wants to make noise about China, but they don't want to say shit about the Saudis. I think we know why. But for that simple fact, I ain't watching that fucking Elimination Chamber. I'll catch the highlights, but I ain't gonna tune in for it.
Nah, I hear you. It's all fucked up. I don't see how this fucking guy can buy wrestling. Like he's literally buying. WWE's prostituting themselves out to the fucking Middle East. That's the way I see it.
Boom.
That's always.
And with that comment right there, we're gonna have those fucking red and yellow bars and shit across the screen here. That beep. That's it. It's over.
This broadcast has now ended.
And then they're gonna break that shit.
Well, shit. Come see me, yo, dude. I'm.
What is he?
Nah, he's just going back and forth to the same clip
popping it
again.
up.
I told Joe, man, 3 o'clock you meet me in the back.
Yeah, Joe, where you at?
Word, catch me outside.
Fuck that guy.
But anyways, fellas, I really appreciate you guys coming on. I try to keep the show right under an hour now. Try to clean that shit up. I had a fucking blast with you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Oh, Kenny. So tell everybody, Kenny, we'll start with Papa Bear. Tell my audience where to find you at.
You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok, all under the same name, the Call Up Podcast. You can catch me and Toe every single Monday, starting at 7:30 with the kickoff show for Monday Night Raw. We unfortunately have the job of sitting there for 3 straight hours to watch Monday Night Raw, whether it's good or bad. Where we give our opinions. We interact with everyone that comes on the stream. We put everybody's messages up there. We don't need any super chats in order to put your messages up there. And then you can catch me on Wednesdays too. I do the Dynamite watch-alongs as well. Thursdays I have an audio podcast that comes out every Thursday, and you can catch me on Twitch as well, just playing a whole bunch of games and probably still talking shit like I'm doing now.
Yeah, and Joe Smith, the Don, you better tune in to one of their shows and bring it. That's all I gotta say.
Right, pussy.
Facts, Joe.
Right, Joe.
Come see me.
Pro Wrestling Podcast, man. Tell everybody where to find you at, my friend.
You guys can find me on Instagram at the Pro Wrestling Podcast, Twitter at the PW Pod, YouTube. Just look up the Pro Wrestling Podcast. Hopefully it comes up. I don't know. I've never really searched my name, and that's pretty much it. Where you can find me. Lately, I've been trying to work on more commentary videos. So I got some of those in the works as we speak. It's a lot of editing, so I'm taking my time with it. But yeah, those should be coming up pretty soon. And every Tuesday, I try to do one every Tuesday. I'll do a In My Opinion featuring a special guest. This week, I think I have Toe and Kenny that are coming on for New York versus Chicago special edition.
Who got the best pizza?
Who's got the best pizza? It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a battle of the cities. So that's on at 5:30 p.m. My time, 6:30 their time, and I don't know what time that is over there, but probably like 12 o'clock, and it's probably midnight actually.
All right, and Joe, really quick, where we can find you at?
Yo, on YouTube, the Nukkle Hedd Network, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and KLHD_toe tags. On Twitch, it's just toe tags. Monday through Friday, we have daily shows. You know, I'm with Kenny on Mondays for the Raw Watch Along. Tuesdays, we talk about comics. Wednesdays, we do movie reviews. Thursdays, we talk about wrestling. And Friday, we talk about life, love, relationships, everything you need. It was a one-stop shop. That's why we the network. And that's where you can find us. And Joe Don, hit me up, bro.
Thank you, fellas, for joining us. Hey, don't go anywhere, fellas. I want to chat with you guys real quick. But I'm Tony Twist. I'm your host, ATW Podcast, All Things Wrestling, and we are out.